because this could take all day. This could take all night. Yo, what's up? I'm Anxiety Offline, back again today for a quick video. Actually not a quick video, it's kind of one of my longer videos, one of my longest videos. In the beginning there, you probably saw me kind of having an existential crisis, freaking out a little bit because there is so much information that I was like just thinking about everything I wanted to put into this video. I was just like so overwhelmed. So anyway, it's kind of funny. I wanted to include that in the beginning. We're gonna talk about all of my current setups, break down the sizes, the shapes, the tape, the trucks, the wheels, the bushings, and absolutely everything. If you're interested in that, stay tuned. Go get something to drink, get a coffee, or go get some food, whatever, put this thing on and get comfortable because this is gonna be kind of a longer video. And we're gonna talk about all kinds of really super nerdy fingerboarding stuff. So let's jump back in time a couple days, back when I had more hair in my face, and talk about my setups. All right, let's go. All right, so my first setup is a Black River 7-ply with FBS tape, 32mm Black River trucks, the 2.0s, and then I have Lightwork bushings and flat face G8 wheels in gray. And overall, this is one of my favorite setups recently. I kind of realized I like decks with kind of like a medium, deeper concave, and then medium low kicks. And this one kind of hits all those marks. It's got that OG Black River feel, but it's got the 7 plies, so it's a little bit heavier, and it just kind of hits all the marks of what I kind of look for in a fingerboard. Yeah, that's my Black River 7-ply, and it's a pretty new one, but I know you guys see it a lot because I do use that one a lot. Alright, so next up is my Balcony 30mm. This one's also pretty new. I got this one maybe a month ago or so, and this one's one of my favorites. I've tried 26s and 30s and 32s, but 30 really felt like a sweet spot for me, and Balcony makes all sizes, I think from 26 all the way to 36, don't quote me on that, but he makes a bunch of different ones, so not a lot of brands make 30mm fingerboards, but they do, and that's awesome. So the concave on this one is called Penthouse, and then the shape is called J. Kucka Signature. You have to go on their website to kind of see what that means exactly, but basically the kicks are kind of like medium high, more close to medium, and then the concave is like, I don't know, medium as well. So again, it just got a nice ridge on it, so if you want to like nollie heel or switch heel, you can really kind of feel the concave on there, and I enjoy that. So really awesome, really nicely made deck. All my Balcony decks are just like really top-notch, really high quality. The thing I like about this one especially is it has purple middle plies there, so that's pretty cool. They match the graphic like perfectly, and they just look super sweet. I have FBS tape on this one as well. I pretty much have FBS tape on all the decks you're gonna see here. And then I have 29mm Black River trucks on here. Then I have my favorite Abstract Slim wheels in off-white. So this setup's honestly one of my favorites. I use these two probably the most right now, my Black River 7-ply and my Balcony 30. So these two are both probably my all-time faves right now. Nothing but great things to say about both of these companies. So next up, I guess on the Balcony topic, we'll kind of stay on there. So this is another Balcony deck I got here. This is my Balcony. So the concave of this one's also Penthouse, but the shape of this one is the Pop Box. So basically it's a popsicle, but it's got a little more of like a boxy tail and nose, especially the nose. It's a little more boxy. You can't really notice it until you put it next to other fingerboards, and then you're like, oh wow, it's pretty boxy. Like when a lot of people use it, they always use it backwards because they assume that this big boxy piece is the tail, even though it's the nose. So anyway, it's a Balcony Penthouse pop box. This one is 34mm. This one's a wide boy, and I got 32mm trucks on there with my favorite Abstract Street Slim wheels again. And then again as well, I have the Lightwork pink purple bushings, but then actually on the bottom I have cake tuning. So I have cake tuning kind of closer to the base plate, and then a Lightwork pink purple glow bushing on top. So super responsive, super nice and bouncy, and I love that feeling when they're super loose, like very responsive, but they're not wiggly, they don't make any noise when you actually like shake the fingerboard. That's exactly how I like my trucks. That's exactly how I like to make my bushings. Am I leaving anything out? I don't think so. The trucks are the 3.0s. They have like a little more added weight on there, which is kind of nice. And then FBS tape as well. This sheet is pretty shredded, but I swear the more you use this stuff, the more it wears in, so I don't really change my tape a lot because really the more you use it, the better it feels with FBS at least. So one more balcony. So this one is a Penthouse Jay Cucka 34. So basically the exact same deck as this. The only difference is it's 4 millimeters wider. So awesome deck. On this one I have 32 millimeter trucks, Black River trucks. These are the 2.0 Black River trucks. They're a little bit lighter, but you can't really notice, honestly. And then I have Lab Legacy R wheels on here in white. And these are a little bit heavier too. They're a little bit of like a bigger wheel, kind of similar in shape to the classic Joy Cults. So I really like that. And then I have the Lightwork, like pink, purple glow bushings on there as well. Nice and super responsive. They all go right back to center every time, which is great. And Lab wheels are nice. If you haven't tried them yet, they're a little bit expensive, a little bit hard to get, a little bit of a long wait time as they come from so far away, but they're really nice, high quality wheels. They spin amazingly, and just the quality of them is really, really nice. And they're cool too because they're urethane, but they're really they're a little bit of a harder urethane, so they really feel good on like every single surface, I think at least. So, so yeah, Lab wheels, 32 millimeter Black River trucks, Lightwork bushings, and balcony 34 deck. And that is the end of the balconies here. So next we'll talk about my boxed lunch. And this is one of my favorite decks. This one really turned me on to like the whole idea of not every deck has to be like a popsicle. This one he calls his street shape deck, and this one's cool because it's pretty much a popsicle, but the only difference is like the tail of this one and the nose is a little more of a box. And then the concave in this one is not deep, but it's kind of like medium. And the kick height is, actually looking at it, the concave looks deep, but it doesn't feel that deep. I don't know. It's got some nicely dyed plies in there, or some exotic plies or something. And the graphic is applied very nicely. It's a RealWear graphic, and it's just worn in, just so cool. Looks just like a real skateboard would. These are awesome wheels. They are so smooth. They're just super smooth, and I love the shape of them as well. They look just like a real skateboard wheel. I mean, obviously they all kind of do, but these ones are just very like hyper realistic looking, and they feel great too. So if you haven't tried No Comply wheels, you definitely should. All right, next up we'll talk about my classic, my first fingerboard when I got back into the hobby. Geez, was that a year ago? I think it was a year ago. I think if you look back at my channel, my first video was around this time, I think. I'd have to go back and look. It's all a blur now. Anyway, this is my flat face G15. This thing got me back into the hobby. I love this deck. The G15 feels so good. In my opinion, this deck is like perfect. I feel like anybody could pick this thing up and within a couple weeks or so learn how to ollie or kickflip or whatever. It's just like super user friendly. I love the beautiful turquoise bottom ply of this one. It's got like a dyed exotic bottom ply. I've seen other turquoise ones where they just have kind of regular bottom plies. I don't see a lot of exotic, like dyed ones like this, so just really favorite of mine. I don't think I'll ever like unset this one up, like take the trucks off or switch the wheels out or anything. It's just dialed in so perfect. I don't want to like mess it up or change anything. Maybe the tape. I don't really like the tape too much. I'm going to put FBS tape on here eventually. Right now it has rip tape. So this is like 33.6 millimeters, I'm pretty sure. And it's got medium concave, medium kicks. Again, that's what I'm looking for in a fingerboard. And this thing just feels so good for my preferences. And I have 32 millimeter trucks on here. People ask that a lot, like what do you put on a G15? It's 33.6. Do you put 34s or 32s? And that's all up to your preference. You can put whatever you want on there. I put 32s because I like to have a little bit of the indentation. For me, it helps the board flip a little bit easier. I wish it was heavier, so maybe 34s would be better, but I wouldn't want my wheels like sticking out. I feel like that looks too awkward. So that's another personal thing. But so 32 millimeter Black River trucks. These are the 2.0s. I have flat face Jay Lionhand wheels. It's kind of confusing. So these are the flat face Black River shape. So they're the flat face BRR wheel shape, but they're in the Jay Lionhand material. So they're not the J4s, but they're like the flat face BRR J's, I guess. I don't really know. So they're, I wish they were like the the G4 shape. I hope I'm getting that right, the J4 shape, because I think they would be a little bit taller and like bigger, like wider or something. They would be taller. I do like a little bit of like a taller wheel, kind of like the Labs or the Abstract Street Slims. But either way, these things are amazing. They're very unique wheels. When I got them, they were a lot lighter. They've definitely yellowed over the probably year or 9 months or so that I've had them. The only downside of these wheels is the bearing lock has gotten a little bit loose over time on like 3 of them. So the 3 of the wheels have a little bit of play where one doesn't. And I've kind of confirmed that by switching the wheels out and just making sure by switching the wheels out. And when I put other wheels on here that don't have any bearing lock issues, they totally fit on the truck like perfectly. There's nothing, like no play about them at all. They're totally snug. It's the only downside of these wheels because they're a little bit of a softer material. Over time, the bearing lock kind of disengages. But overall, for 9 months in, they still work great, and I do really like how they feel and function on a variety of surfaces. Then wrapping up this one, I do have the bushing combination again. So I have a cake tuning bushing on bottom and then a Lightwork bushing on top. And you just get like an extra loose, responsive feel by doing that. So if you haven't tried that out, definitely recommend that combination as well. All right, so we're almost done. This is my Slush Cult 34mm SF2 shape deck. And this thing's awesome. This one also kind of woke me up to the fact that I do like decks a little more concave. And this deck's great. It's a 34, but it feels a little more like a 35. I don't know why. I think just because the veneer is a little bit thicker, making the deck a little bit thicker, and just kind of feel a little bit just like bigger. I don't know, it kind of almost has like an animated look or animated feel to it almost. But overall, it's great. It's a very like responsive deck. It's great, like, in the streets, especially, I feel like, or in very awkward spots, just because it has, it's very responsive, so you can just kind of get used to it very quickly. I don't know. The SF2 is a really nice shape. The SF1, I think, is a little bit more mellow. I'm not sure how much I would like that one, but I do want to try it eventually. Overall, Sorry Mix, really, really cool decks, really nice, high quality. This one's sweet because, again, it's got like some dyed plies that match the graphic. There's like one green one and one purple one. And just the color combo is just so cool. So the graphics also applied super nice. The real wear of this one is so just perfect. And on this one, I have the Sorry FBS tape, which is pretty cool. It's got a nice engraving on there. And then I have 32mm Black River 3.0 trucks. Again, a little more added weight. And then I have Lightwork tuning on here. So on one side I have pink, one side I have green to kind of match the graphic. And then I have Lab Legacy R wheels on this one as well. And yeah, I love this one. I don't want to take this one apart either. I feel like it's just dialed in so perfect. Before I had the flat face G8 gray wheels on here, and it maybe felt a little bit better. But yeah, overall, love this one. Super fun to shred. Highly recommend the Sorry SF2 mold. Alright, so next up we got the Prizply 33mm Anxiety Offline collab. This one's pretty cool because me and him came together and made these. So I made the graphic, like the logo obviously, and then Justin came up with the Rising Sun motif, which is really cool because it reminds me of like a Chad Muska, like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater era like deck, and I'm totally into that kind of stuff. So perfect for me. I was right on board with this one, and so this one's a 33mm deck, and I like 33s a lot. I feel like they're the perfect balance between like a 32 and a 34. Obviously, it's right in the middle, but they just feel really good. And this is my personal one. I've been shredding it a ton. I take it pretty much everywhere lately. And I have 32mm dynamic trucks on here, special editions. They have Lightwork tuning on there. I'm pretty sure it's the purple or the blue or the purple or blue. I honestly can't even tell. They're like icy colored. And then I have Tropics pivot cups on there as well. They're like blue sparkles. These decks also had a really nicely bright blue dyed middle ply. When it's dyed blue, which is really cool. It matches the graphic. And then I have, this deck's my only one with secret tape on here. Or actually black velvet tape on here, because black velvet is usually what Prizply uses on his decks, and I kind of wanted to match all that. So this deck has some concave, but the kicks are kind of like medium low, maybe. It's super poppy and just feels really good. I take it everywhere lately. It's just like, it's a great deck to just kind of take around. And then I got these Pipsqueak wheels on here. I actually won these in a giveaway. I was super stoked. And these are the Pipsqueak wheels. These are kind of his harder material wheels. They're kind of like a bigger wheel. They function great on a variety of surfaces, on concrete, raw concrete especially. I was surprised. They feel great on raw concrete, but really on everything else too. Just so dope. I love how these came out. So yeah, if you got one, shout out to you for picking one up. Really appreciate that. And yeah, so last but not least, we'll cover my tech deck. This is kind of my favorite tech deck. It's kind of like my chosen tech deck. It's the Tech Deck Mellow shape, so it doesn't have those lines in it, just kind of like a flat bottom on there. Not flat, it's got some concave. Honestly, these ones have enough concave. Like the ones with the dips in them, like the two squared out ones, like they feel like they have too much, or I don't know. These ones just feel so much better. So anyways, Tech Deck, I don't even know what size this is. I guess this must be a 32 millimeter because the trucks really match perfectly. So this one I also have Dynamics. These are 32 millimeter special editions with Lightwork pivot cups and Lightwork tuning all the way around. And then I have Black River Street Dog wheels on here in white. And they're really old, so the graphics pretty much worn off. But they spin and function very well. And they feel great on like street spots, which is really where I like to take this one out to, like rough, gritty spots. So it's perfect for that kind of stuff. And love the graphic too. Obviously, you guys know why. If you don't, check out the older video. Last but not least, got this one today. I kind of fuck with it a lot. It's really fun. This is a Tech Deck performance series, not pro series, performance series. So the small box, just the $15 one. And on these ones, I like to put the 29 millimeter trucks. At least I think they are. No, they're not. They're like 32 millimeter trucks, I think, on a 34 millimeter. This deck's 34 millimeters, so yeah, 32 millimeter trucks on here. Tech Deck trucks with inverted kingpins on there, the Grind FB inverted kingpins. Then I have Tropics bushings on there, like one blue one, one green one, or I guess one Tropic, one Lightwork, one blue one, one green one. And then I have some really old no comply halos on here. And then a sheet of some new Anxiety Offline tape that I'm trying out with a little star in there. It looks kind of cool. So yeah, I don't know, super smooth. Doesn't feel the best, but the wheels make it feel really good. And I love the graphic on there too. So picked it up today, and I've been having a lot of fun with this one. So that's pretty much all my setups there. Alright, and that brings us to the end of the video. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. If you stuck around this long, I really appreciate that. Leave a like, leave a comment especially. Let me know what your favorite setup was. Or if you got any questions, please leave those below. I want to hear from you. Don't forget, I sell concrete obstacles and I drop new ones every Friday at 3 p.m. So if you want to get one with some really cool graffiti, hit up my website, anxietyoffline.com. So that's really about it. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Keep shredding, and I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.